99X, it's Barnes and Leslie. We are your Morning X. Got a someone you should know. We're going to head up the highway to North St. Louis County. I want to talk about a restaurant named Bliss. And this is an interesting story, and I'm wondering as you listen if you think this sounds like a good idea, because to be honest, I think it does maybe, and it also maybe even adds some more categories to it. But let's back up and get into it. Introducing Marvin Pate. Hey, Marvin, how are you?
I'm doing great.
All right. St. Louis County, what city is that you're in?
That's actually Florissant in St. Louis County.
Got it. All right, so you've got a brand new upscale restaurant, and what is it, West African and Caribbean cuisine?
Correct.
That sounds delicious. There used to be a place, in Atlanta, Barnes, that I love that was West African. Food was amazing.
It is. I love me some Caribbean cuisine also. So why is it, Marvin, that people are talking about you guys?
Well, it's just the unique age code. I mean, we are 35 for men and 30 for women, and it just absolutely give you just the best vibe of being like on an adult resort where you just could migrate, mingle, and network with people that's more your age bracket.
Wait, so there's an age restriction for coming into your restaurant?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
So 30 for men, 35 for women?
No,
is that,
the other way around.
Yeah, 30 for women, 35 for men. Why didn't you, just curious, why you didn't just pick the same age for both to make it simple?
Well, from one thing that we noticed is women tend to like to have more of the ladies' night out type vibe. So we kind of cater towards that because they like to go out in groups, and men at the age of 35 is when they tend to start going out in groups. So we just thought that age bracket would be just a cushion for people to just come out and have a good time.
This is so interesting. Now, let me ask you something. If a guy comes in and he's 32, are you going to let him in?
No, you got to be 35.
So you're hard line.
This is Barn stuff, like hardcore.
Is it legal to do that? I mean, you don't hear of many restaurants doing that. I kind of wish some of them would. I don't know about if I would pick those numbers specifically, but it's your deal. But is that legal to do that?
Well, yeah, it's pretty much personal preference when you're dealing with private companies. So, yeah, this is the same way you have 35 and up lounges all over the world. So,
right.
Our thing is this, 35 and up lounges, they pretty much have a lot of fried food, things like that. So we actually have good vegetarian options and cooked food, so you could just come and unwind and also have great cocktails and not your average thing that you normally get at lounges.
Now, has this proven to be successful? How long have you been open?
Well, it's going on our third weekend. Yes, it has proven to be successful. I mean, people just love it.
What about the complaints? What's the type of person that's complaining? I'm sure you're getting complaints. You have to be.
Yeah, we're getting all type of complaints from people in their 20s, and then you have those with, like you just mentioned, the couples who are around the same age. But for the most part, I mean, the women, they're just coming in packs. They just come with their friend, and they man don't come. And for the guys who are old enough, I mean, they're in there, and they're just so happy.
I mean, it's a great, idea, I guess, on paper. I'd have to see it play out. I feel like, what other things? Have you thought about any other restrictions? Can you, as a private place, can you just put whatever restrictions you want, like no brunettes on Thursday night? Can you do anything you want?
Oh, well, we haven't looked that far into it, things like that, but
I'm just kidding.
More so our restrictions that we kind of, but as far as private companies go, the restrictions that we actually know of is just certain things they got to deal with, attire and things of that nature.
You could be onto something. I'd love to, follow up with you 6 months down the road to see how successful this is, or are you limiting yourself? I'm just curious with you and your wife, Marvin, what gave you the idea to do this? Yeah.
So, we travel a lot. We're some good foodies. We've been to all places down in Mexico, from Cabo, Tulum, all the way to DR. And even, we like going to Europe a lot, like over to Greece and different cities over there. And what we have noticed from going to these different resorts and places is, like, people look forward on the resort when it's time to go out and have dinner, right? So you kind of dress up, and each night you have your butler and concierge person that you pick the restaurant you want to eat at, and you'll go. And normally we stay at adults only resorts, and we'll go to these restaurants, sit down, eat, and just kind of vibe out to music and chill. And we have met all type of people from all over the world where, through these conversations, they have talked about, networking and being in your age group and just kind of being around people that you enjoy, things that are, and then we also had conversations like, well, what about if we brought some back to our home with this? And they have as well, but no one just actually done it, because when we talk to them, we be like, well, if you wasn't on a resort right now, what would you be doing at home? They be like, man, we'll be Netflixing, chilling, Amazon Prime, we'll call some friends over for cocktails at home. They just pretty much know where to go.
Okay, well, this is someone you should know. This is Marvin Pate. He and his wife have opened up a new restaurant, a Caribbean West African restaurant in St. Louis County, and it's called Bliss. Women must be at least 30, men must be 35 to enter. And I do find it kind of funny, Marvin, that you're 36, so you can barely go in your own restaurant.
No, let's correct that. I'm 42.
Oh, you're 42?
That was the error. Well, my assistant manager, she's 36.
Okay, got it. I was going to say, that's kind of funny.
42.
You're barely clearing. On your business plan, whenever you were pitching to, get this all together, it seems like you are leaving out a big chunk of revenue by, cutting out. I suggest maybe you have a sister restaurant next door and you have to be below 35 and 30, yeah. And that way you can balance out and get all that jack, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we thought about that. There is a restaurant kind of close to us that is 21 and up, but for the most part, we don't feel like we're leaving anyone out, because, a lot of people that actually go out and like to dine with this type of cuisine and things like that and network from our times are over the age of 30 and 35. So I believe it'll be real successful, and so far we done hit it out great, and people just really enjoy it.
That's awesome. Well, good luck to you. We want to check in a few months and see how it's going. I think it's very fascinating. All right, dude, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot.
Marvin.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you later.
Marvin.
All right, bye-bye. I think that would be an excellent trial to see if somebody was brave enough to do that in Atlanta, just to cut it off at ages. Maybe there are some.
We'll have to say, though, we're cutting out a lot of Hollywood actors who like to date women that are 30 years younger than them. But other than that, we'll see.
It's that staggered age thing that is weird, because what if the guy is 35 but his girlfriend is 29?
It's interesting, I know.
Yeah, or whatever. All right, this is the original. No limits here. All ages welcome. It is 99X.